Is it hard to fight someone who, no matter what you try, they're just going to try to suck you into their game and fall to their back?
Yeah, she's starting to get used to this because everybody knows what she wants to do in every single fight, and you know, she's the smallest girl in her division, so she knows that people are going to try to overpower her and try to take her down. Not a lot of the girls are going to try to stand and trade with her. So you know, she's just training for that, and whatever happens.
It wasn't until about first or second round where she would flop to her back, try to pull guard, and you finally said, get back up. Was that because you thought the only way she's going to hurt me is down there, and I'm not going to play that game?
She felt very well even on the ground for this one. It's not that much that she felt in danger on the ground, and more that she really wants to get a knockout in the UFC. So she was just trying to get that.
In the last 10 seconds of the fight, Sarah had her in a difficult position. How hurt was she?
The position wasn't like super tight or anything. She felt alright in the position, so she noticed that the public was just going crazy for it. So she just hanged in there. She knew it would be a very dramatic ending, so she just rode the 30 seconds to let it end on a high note.
She had busted Sarah up pretty good. Is she surprised at how durable and how much she took that? Because she was pretty beat up.
She watched all of Sarah's fights and she knew how tough she was. She was pretty certain that it wasn't going to end up going to the third round, but you know, it was no surprise that she stood there. You know, she was a bit concerned about all the blood and stuff, but overall, you know, she was expecting Sarah to be there for the whole 3 rounds.
But she said when she comes in being a little bit smaller, maybe she has to train a little harder. Maybe people go in with perception that maybe she's not as strong as she is. Does she relish in maybe coming in there with somebody maybe having the wrong perception of how strong she is?
She is the smallest of the division, and everybody does try to take advantage of it, but she has been training. You know, she has been this height her whole adult life, so she knows how to deal with it. She has, like, her entire career, she was this size and fighting girls that were sometimes like 185, 200 pounds in Brazil. So she has fought a lot of people that are a lot bigger than her, and her whole game has always been done focusing on that, because for sure she's not going to be fighting anybody her size in the bantamweight division, and for her it is a big incentive to be able to showcase her skills, and that, you know, she doesn't have to go down to strawweight like a lot of people keep telling her to. She can still keep on doing her job here at the bantam.
And finally for me, I know a lot of times we ask them, you know, how soon they want to get back in, but is there somebody that maybe she likes the style that she would want to fight with? Is there somebody she want to get in there and bang with?
Her last fight before the Marion fight, she was calling out Batch, and that didn't turn out super well for her. She ended up losing the Marion fight, so now she learned that it might be better to just shut up and take it step by step. So we'll just wait and see what's going to be thrown at us.
You basically had a smile on your face for this entire time that you've been talking to us. Can you kind of just describe what's going through your head, how happy you are with the win, and what exactly are you going to do to celebrate?
Right now, you know, she trained super hard for this fight. She knew how important it was, and that maybe her contract was on the line for this one. And in the end of the day, all she wants is to help her family, help her mother. And this win, you know, especially here in the UFC, is going to make all the difference in their lives. And in the end, that's what she's here for. You know, she's here to support her family and to help them. And whenever she gets the win, you know, she's going to be able to fight. You know, she was a farm worker for most of her life, not even adult life. She's been helping, you know, in the family farm since she was a little kid, and you know, it's something that she never believed that could happen. You know, the idea that now she can take her mother and maybe even bring her to the States for a fight or something like that is something that was impossible. You know, she was just a little girl in a small town in the middle of nowhere, and fighting found her, and it brought her here. You know, through the work of her coaches and everybody that is around her, and she's very thankful for the UFC and everybody that is around.